We're back. Urfreshtv Sports to the world. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. So obviously, as you know, coronavirus has knocked off all sorts of football from the Premiership all the way down to grassroots and kind of dead now. You know what I'm saying? Saturdays, Sundays will never be the same. Unfortunate, but we're gonna get through it. People just need to calm down. People behaving like animals nowadays and fighting over tissue paper and that. So look out for our elders. Shed a bit of love in this time. But this week we went live.
We?
Well, not we, Rai. Shout out to Rai, in fact, because you know that's the face of Urfresh, and unfortunately, due to the circumstances, it's literally just me and my yard. You get me? So man, I have to try to work something. Yeah. So Ryan went live with all our followers, and there was a lot of debate on there. Who's gonna win the league or this cup, or who's the best team? Who's the top 3 teams in South?
It's my point. Give me the top 3 teams in South London.
South London. Let me think. Woo! I'll be honest. I have to be real about it. Kenilworth, Dons, and Lambeth.
Shout out to Windsor. Big character in the scene. Scene wouldn't be the same without him in it. That's from my perspective. Who's got the best 1 to 11? That was another conversation.
All these comments and that, man are chatting, but man know collectively the Dons are rated, innit? Yeah, no, of course. Whether it's the YouTube thing or whether it's an actual ability thing, yeah. Man know what it is. Everyone does the chat thing for the live and for the Twitter and blah blah. But if you sat a man down individually and it was just you and them locked up away, yeah, and they name their 1 to 11, half of that team's done. Do you know what, Lev? What's your 1 to 11?
There was fixed players that kept coming up and up and up, and then obviously there's variables in certain positions. Obviously, I've got my own personal opinion, but that's based on what I've seen with my eyes, as opposed to people's reputations. I know some people got massive reputations from people that I respect their opinion, but until I see it with my eyes, it's unfair of me just to go by that. So I go by what I've seen, and yeah, I got my own personal one. We got 1 to 11 from Baker, 1 to 11 from Windsor, 1 to 11 from a couple of people. Even the man himself jumped on the live. Don Strapchi jumped in. I think he just touched down from Rio. Looks like he's bagged the trophy whether the season ends or not. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to you. Look like you had fun, you're doing your thing. And obviously a pioneer within the game. It goes without saying. So to see him jump on the live was a reflection of how far we've come.
You are not live from Rio. Are you back?
I'm back, bro, man. I'm back, fam. Hey, listen, yeah, I'm gonna try and not cough on this thing, fam.
What's happening?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit iffy, bro.
Okay, what, you brought it back with you?
Fam, I think I took it there and flipping spread it out there.
Talk to me, bro. How long have you been in the live, bro? Have you seen what the conversation's been going on?
I've been in and out, bro, because I've been driving it, but I'm seeing what's going on. So I wanna throw my 2 pence on it, you know them ones.
Yeah, throw it on. Don't give away too much. We'll save that for the podcast.
What's the trust me. What's the question? What you got for me? What are we talking about? What discussion?
What we have asked. So I asked Windsor as well. Who's the best 3 sides in South at the minute?
The best 3 sides in South.
Yeah, right now.
Not on the bias thing. SC Dons.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's it's mad, bro. Yeah, because I can only go on who we've played. Do you understand? And yeah, I've got to respect all Sunday League clubs because we haven't played all Sunday League clubs in South. From what we've played, I say SC Dons, Lambeth All Stars, and Kenilworth.
And Kenilworth. So you threw so it's the same 3 names that are coming up a lot anyway. So the other side was obviously Portland in there. So what we were saying,
Portland, I rate Portland. I think Portland are good, but they've never beat us. And Kenilworth slapped them 3 times, and it's like. But I rate Portland. It's mad because I rate them. Frenchie's hard. Freeman's a good keeper.
yeah, man, I got sucked in. It's entertaining. Like, you got the comments there. Obviously, you had a genuine, like, neutral SE Don fan that just jumped on the live out of nowhere.
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, brother? You good?
Yeah. You know what? Thanks for accepting me in the live.
That's all right,
yeah.
brother.
Right, I just want to say one thing now, yeah. At the end of the day, I don't know the whole history of this whole between the Sunday Leagues thing, yeah. Right, so I just want to say one thing. Right, I'm a Dons fan, innit? Okay. Yeah. Right now, I get a lot of inspiration from them lot. That's why I follow them now. Okay. Right. I just want to put one question out there. Right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just want to say one question. As far as I know, the losses to Dons have only been coming since they've had key players injured. That's the thing.
People obviously running the banter within the comment sections, which is cool. That's the culture. But when you actually deep it, like, think about this, like, sensibly, bro, like, that's a SE Don fan, bro. Like, he turned up. You know what? Shout out to Achieve and Believe. You know, I usually rock my Urfreshtv, but you know, gotta support the man. Them doing their own little independent movement. So shout out to Believe and Achieve. Make sure you go follow that. I'm gonna throw the little, you know, the little at out there. So you make sure you go support the tracksuit is drippy. You see?
Oh my God, this drip is drippy. Oh my God, look at this drip. This is.
It just goes with the whole vibe, fam. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to you, but yeah, ultimately it was a SE Don fan. Yeah, neutral. Like, he didn't know. It's not like he grew up with them, man. Like, he's a SE Don fan. He turned up with his tracksuit on SE Dons. I'm an SE Don fan, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a lot of people can say that. You know what I'm saying? People that support these teams are brethrens and known the family, which is cool. So, but you know, that's an actual fan, bro. That shows what they're doing out here. Like, so, boy, that was big. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So, yeah, that's what people should be aspiring to get. Do you know what I'm saying? People that they don't know being their fans, wearing their merchandise and representing the team, turning up for games, because that's the goal. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the goal. So we got to get there. And we also spoke to Teniola from Bay Tees, yeah.
What is going on, big man? Why is there so much chat over you man's side? And this is what I don't understand. There's just so much talking going on, bro.
So what are you telling me, Teniola?
All I'm saying,
what the chat is not true.
Huh?
So what are you saying? What they're saying is bullshit.
You can't be shouting who's the best Sunday League team when your team just come in this team, first of all. And second of all, you ain't got no trophies, bro. Let's be real, man. Like, your trophy cabinet's looking like Tottenham's, bro. Come on, man.
And obviously, he's saying that Man in South are just over talking. He had his opinion on it, and obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion again. But I hear what he's coming from. He's saying obviously it's a bit of a disrespect for SE Don to be not the top team in South, and obviously all these other people are kind of jumping, only getting their limelight because of Dons, and we respect that. And obviously we do know they're pioneers, they're the biggest in the game, they got a business there, they're doing their thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not, we're not trying to say in terms of like numbers who's the biggest. I'm taking it back to the grassroots. Do you know what I'm saying? Like football, like who's the best ballers? Bro, that's what it used to be about. That's what it should be about. That's why we started playing football, bro. Like, it's about winning. Like, you want to be the best, no matter what. Speaking about the best, we also went to the King of Fives. You know, Kurt plays for Takers. They're tearing up that Stars League. That Stars League looks lit. It's got like 10 celebrity musicians and artists, and they bring their best ballers and they play against each other. And obviously, Takers were a part of that, so Kurt's playing there. We spoke to him.
We're going to go back because obviously Portland were trying to set up a Fives tournament for Sunday. The rumour has it on the roads that you're the King of Five.
Bro, it's not rumour has it, it's facts, bro.
Facts, you are the king.
Stats speak facts, bro. When you get somebody that's done what I've done in different countries and been what I've been and been put in books and that, then come chat to me, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then listen, right, as well, because a lot of people asking in there, Kurt, talk to them about 11s. A lot of people, obviously, I know you're back running the Fives, obviously we done you a little promo video and that, we know what you've done. Obviously, futsal 5, you know what you're about. 11, talk to them about the 11s.
11,
that's
bro.
what
11s, I was at Academy, Fulham and Chelsea. I was the first one to win that football icon thing for Chelsea. and then I done my ACL, bro, to be honest with you. And if I'm honest with you, back in the day, I didn't have the right attitude to become a footballer.
Kind of broke it down in terms of his 11-a-side background, and he's ready to play against people for the King of Fives. He's the King of Fives, isn't he? He started listing out shit that he's done, and it's hard to argue with him. Do you get what I'm saying? But ultimately, bro, there has to be some type of tournament there where he's a part of, and we get some other fighter ballers out there, and we just see who's the best in it, or just get some good games going. Do you know what I'm saying? And someone's gonna leave with bragging rights, and more for it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was the Instagram live, the live IG session, and as you can see, it was proper lit. So shout out to everyone that got involved. If you never got involved, make sure that you stay on Instagram. 8 o'clock 3 times a week, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. But make sure you follow us, make sure you log into the live, make sure that you get involved. Don't hesitate to go live with us and say your opinion, whether you're from north, east, west or south. Everyone's got an opinion, and there is no right or wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? There's gonna always be banter flowing around, but it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, because there isn't no right or wrong. See what I'm saying? And just get your point across, because Rise and Ballers were a team that never got mentioned that much in that live, and like I feel like they need a lot more respect thrown on their name for what they're doing. But again, that takes you fans to jump involved and let us know your opinion. Do you see what I'm saying? Because on those 1 to 11s, I didn't see many Rising Balling. I'm buzzing. Bruh. There wasn't many Rising Ballers players. Do you see what I'm saying? And I feel like from the game I went to cover them, especially against Zaha, who had good players on the pitch. Yeah, that performance of some of those players are going to be stars, bro. So I feel like some respect needs to get thrown on their name. That's just my opinion. But saying that, like there's massive players in all these other Sunday teams as well, and it's hard to ignore them. So there is no right or wrong. But just get involved, because I know you got your own preferences, and we want to know about your own preferences, because that's what it's all about. It's all about the discussion. But ultimately, hopefully this season can get some sort of conclusion. We need someone to win some trophies, and let us know, how do you think they should end this season? Is it just a case of writing it off, or whoever's top now, or doing some type of average accumulation calculation to see what people would have got? And I don't know, like obviously that's mad far-fetched, but I'm just saying, what do you think? And let us know in the comments like what you think should happen for the end of the season. Like, should they avoid it if you're in a final? Like, should we delay it till next season, play at some point there, even if it's at the beginning of the season, just to get a conclusion? National Cup, you can't just avoid that. That's a lot of money that's gone into that, out of people's pockets. If you can avoid that, is there some type of, you know, compensation? I don't know, man. But I feel like there needs to be some type of conclusion to this. Like voiding it just doesn't sit well with me. A lot of people will put a lot of effort into this, and time and money, and yeah, I feel like there needs to be, there's unfinished business. But that's just my opinion. So you let me know how you think they should finish it, because I might be the only one that thinks this. Maybe I'm just thinking with my player hat on. If I was a player, I would want, if I was in a final or something, I would want to finish that, especially a national semi-final. Like, I got there once before myself, and I still think about that game that we could have won and got to play at Anfield or whatever. So yeah, man, like, just to forget about that and reset for next year and start again with everyone else in it, it's just, you know, it seems a bit unfair, unjust. I feel like these things need to get finished, but again, that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, man, it's been a roller coaster. It's been exciting. There's been hard days. Me and Rai have been working our arse off, you know, a lot of these edits. Just want to take a time out now just to big up everyone that's within the scene doing their thing, because this ain't easy. And when I hear like stats like SC Dons haven't failed to upload every Sunday for 5 years, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that's a crazy statistic, because this stuff is not easy. Yeah, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time and dedication, which I'm finding myself. So yeah, everyone that's putting constant content out there, whether you're SC Dons or you're, you know, someone else, Rising Bull, everyone putting out content consistently on those days throughout the week and staying involved on the Twitters and the socials. It's not easy. Keep doing what you're doing. Big up people like Self that are doing a lot for the grassroots system scene. Like obviously we have our little back and forths, but again, I'm trying to create that atmosphere to be able to have these conversations, man. There's nothing wrong with having a debate. It doesn't mean that we don't have to like each other, do you know what I mean? So big up Self doing his thing. People like Amateur Footballer, Claire the photographer, people just putting in for the scene constantly, and all you football accounts that do the memes and that, like Danny King, everyone that's involved, like just big you man up, man, because this stuff isn't easy, and hopefully more people can get involved. I mean, the Twitter thing, you know, the Twitter thing is jokes, and I just want that to keep going on. Don't catch no feelings. It's just TL, man. It's an app. Yeah, no one's not saying nothing. A lot of people are sensitive out there. Let's be honest. A lot of people are real sensitive, and bro, it's just football, bro. Like, relax. If people say they don't rate you, then bro, talk about your feet. Like, I remember when they were trying to get a Zach. You get me? He done his replying with his feet.
And he's found Zach. He's beat his man, and he's oh my gosh, what a goal! We saw him do that earlier in the season in the rep game, and he's done it for Kenilworth. Let me see that again. He's beaten his man, and he's beaten the keeper with pure power. You don't save them ones. 1-1, what an equaliser, Zach. That's a way to silence the critics.
Yeah, the 1-to-11s were popular. They're popping off, and then after the live, obviously, I saw that night, obviously, wild text. You know what the TL's like? Wild tweets, rather, going out there, people putting their 2 pence in. Not happy that certain people were in there, or some people weren't in there, whatever. And like, we've had 2 days back to back of people giving their 1-to-11s, which is great, because it's put me onto a lot of new players that I haven't seen yet but got good reputations, especially that player for Blendon, I think it is, Billy Bennett.
The target. The target. The target. Test his wrists. Test his wrists. He's got weak hands. He's got weak hands. There you go.
A lot of people shouting him out, so obviously I'm intrigued now. I want to go have a look or see what footage there is and find out about him, because he's had a growing reputation. A lot of people put their 11s out. Again, like Don Straps, he didn't do it on the live, but he put his non-SC Dons 11 out there, showing respect to the other teams and whatnot, and some honourable mentions. And just that alone, you could see like how much quality of players there are out here. So I can't blame people just really sticking to the team they got, especially if you're a manager. Like, you're gonna put faith in your own players. Ultimately, you know them the best. You've seen them more times than other players, more times. And bro, yeah, it is what it is, but say it with your chest and skin to your teeth and that. But yeah, man, this corona stuff is crazy. Real crazy. You gotta stay hydrated out here. Like, what are the best moments that we've covering like the Lambeth versus Kazillimat game? That was a sick game in terms of how many people were there. Obviously there was altercations that got sorted out maturely from both teams, and the game finished. Obviously Lambeth won. You can see that on the YouTube. If you ain't watched that yet, you better go check that out now. Yeah, because I'm not about to give you no breakdown because the footage is there, but that game was lit. Obviously, I think that was a highlight, especially Mike's goal, one of the best goals that we've covered so far this year.
Good play!
Especially because we was rating him way before that game, and then for him to step up in a game of that magnitude and score that type of goal, especially at that time, just to break the deadlock. It was a powerful goal, so big that hit them hard. Portland versus Lambeth, and that was a gritty game. Portland, by Portland's own admission, the pitch isn't great. Yeah, so it wasn't ever going to be a pretty game in terms of playing football, but it was very dramatic and exciting, especially with the reputation Lambeth were coming with, and like the talk that Portland were coming with as well.
Lambeth, oh, he's in again. Athan, wrong side of his man. Could he? Oh, he's brought him down. Is that a penalty? The referee's given a penalty in the last minute of the game. There must be 2 minutes left, and he's given a penalty against Lambeth. and Portland had the chance to snatch the win from under their noses.
Not get near me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you would not get near me.
Obviously, we covered like the Kenilworth Rocker game. That game was so sick in terms of quality from both sides. Literally throughout their teams, the football they were playing. Got to see like people that we saw Ainsley. Shit, sorry. Yeah, we saw Ainsley at the Dons game early in the season. He stood out. So to then watch him again like 90 minutes and for him to show again and stand out, for me personally, it was sick. Toran turned up. I saw the real turn up and violate that I've been hearing about. He was very warm that game. And TJ, because like I always knew TJ, but I never knew he was involved in the Sunday League like that. So when I see him before the game, like proper humble guy, bro, like proper cool guy. And then like no bias in that game, he turned up like he was the best player for me. Like he got my MOM, he scored 2. The winner was crazy with his left foot. Like
Sid plays it inside to TJ, he turns on his left hand side, can he find somebody? Great shot, great goal! What a goal!
He was a threat the whole game. And sometimes like when you see humble people like that as well, it just makes you even more impressed. Like I'm not saying you have to be humble, I think the best people do have arrogance. But yeah man, the way he carried himself, I've got a lot of respect for him, and he's someone that a lot of people leave out of like their 1 to 11s and don't even mention him. And that's maybe because obviously he's such a, like, you don't really get involved in the back and forth on the TL. You see what I'm saying? And still, obviously got to see Matty Parsons up front, up close and personal. And he was a threat as well. Obviously, maybe not his greatest game, like in terms of the highlights, because obviously Ainsley did him dirty in the corner. I can't leave that out, bro. That has to go in. Ainsley done him dirty in the corner, and yeah, man. Like, but he still showed his quality. People like Clark's comfortable on the ball. The quality in that game was impressive, and I wish that it wasn't on a day that I was covering the quarterfinal of the Nationals Cup as well, because I could have got a lot more film of that and extended it more, because that's how much quality was in the game. And then obviously we covered the big one, the quarterfinals. Massive day. So many people came out to support, even those that were at the Kenilworth game, Rocker game before. Lambeth were there, like Never Losing were there, Saha were there, Kenilworth were there, players from Saturday League, managers, and it was sick, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the turnout and a massive occasion. And Portland came out victors, do you know what I'm saying? You saw that game, it was a dramatic winner, last minute.
The left eye sold this guy a dream, he's into the box, he's played it to the striker gets the shot off, he's fumbled by Freeman, it's gone in! Or has it? No, it hasn't! He's trying to get it in, he's at the post! Oh my God, here comes Owen Price, he has to clear that now, he gets it away for Portland. And Omar's in! 1-on-1, can he finish?
Wasn't the prettiest game, wasn't masses of quality, but we done a podcast before that game as well, where Leaks was obviously shouting out his people, and a lot of them turned up for him. Like Merrick, outstanding game in the centre of midfield, like dominating from start to finish, long balls up and down, and then people like Bolts, like who I'd heard a lot about him before that game, and then I happened to play with him before that game as well, so I was obviously thinking, right, this guy can ball, do you know what I'm saying? Like he can actually juke it, pass, and skills, close control. Like it's hard to believe he's a centre back. Yeah, bro, he was fire. Like I'm convinced now that he's one of the best centre backs in Sunday football. Do you know what I mean? Along with American midfield, and then you had big performers like Hanif on the left back, and then Kazim. Hope I'm getting it right. Kazim Richards on the right, do you know what I'm saying? And bro, yeah, Anis popped up with the goal, like by his own admission, it wasn't his greatest game, but big game, big players, he turned up, man. Like, he turned up, scored the winner, he had to be there. And yeah, Leaks players turned up for him, but that's a big game. If you ain't seen that, go watch that. That's part of history. That was to get them into the semi-final of the National FA Sunday Cup. So that's a massive cup. And no matter what people say, it's a massive cup, you know? You know people are always gonna have something to say. Shout out Croydon Rep as well. They think we don't rate them, we rate Croydon. listen, we're doing our best, man. Like we covered 2 rep games. We started with Saha. We're fully behind the Croydon, but we just can't be everywhere at once. And some games are just a bit more appealing, like in honesty, because of the back and forth I see on the timeline. I get intrigued myself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to refuse like a Portland Kenilworth, or if Kenilworth are playing on their slick home pitch, and but by my own admission, we need to go see some of these Croydon teams, like, because there's people like PSG that have been supporting us from the jump, Palace Saint-Germain, Spartans. We know a lot of their players, like Elge, in every rep game has turned up. So, and I know some of their players like Jimmy Harding, Aaron Bolt, and that. We need to go watch them. Do you see what I'm saying? We need to go check them out. And there's a lot of other teams, even the Westfield League. So unfortunately, the Corona's come. We was gonna spread it out towards the end of the season because we've got big cup finals to come. But we're gonna do this, man. Like, just bear with us, bro. Like, it's not a biased thing. Shout out Croydon and that. You know what I'm saying? We love Croydon. It's all love. Yeah, don't hate us. Yeah, so even like Lucky when we spoke to him at the rep game, he's got Brixton in his top 3. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Lucky has Brixton in his top 3.
Let me tell you one thing for camera. Let me tell you one thing for camera. There's 3 big teams. The 3 biggest team in Southwest London. Southwest London, it goes like there's no particular order. Lambeth, Brixton, Kenilworth. All these,
why are Brixton in this?
Are you crazy?
Because of history.
Are you crazy?
What have they won?
Are you crazy? What do you mean?
We're not talking about teams that have been going for 50 years. Okay.
Yeah, so like even Brixton, like when we met Lucky at the Brixton game, like he had his own opinions. He don't really agree with everything we're saying, and that's cool. Like, we don't have to agree. Football is an opinion-based sport, yeah. And there's only one thing that's fact in football, and that's like stats, goals, results, and trophies, yeah. So there's only so much you can say until the trophies and the league standings tell it all. Like, if you win the league in, say, the OBDSFL, then you can say you're the best team in the OBDSFL. If you win the London Cup, you can say you're the best team in London as well. Like, especially if you win your league as well. But London Cup's there for the best players, man. Like, that's what the trophy's there for. And I know anyone could beat anyone on an off day. I get that. Don't necessarily make them a better team, but the bragging rights stay with the winners. Yeah, so if you win the London Cup, you have the bragging rights in London. If you win the National Cup, you've got the bragging rights in that. It don't make you the best, but it weighs a lot more when you got that trophy next to you. Trust me, it weighs a lot more when you say you're the best and you can bring out that trophy that says winners. It weighs more. So, and even at that rep game, like, I saw a couple players that I'd never seen before, like Arsene for Bayern Leverkusen. Very good player. You know what I'm saying? Like, very good player, like as good as I've seen. Like, I think he's very comfortable in the ball. Looks like he's both footed, he can move it well. Looks like he's a threat as well. Didn't score that game, but you know, you can just tell people are a threat. And I see him on the TL scoring goals for Westfield and that. So yeah, man, like he impressed me a lot. There's players like I know already, like Levan, but there was another player holding for Brixton. I can't remember his name. He's solid. The left back for Brixton was solid. Rush, that I know for Croydon, right back, solid. Elge, obviously. Charlie G doing his thing for Croydon. And as much as like Ali came on and done his thing, but as much as like the quality overall in the teams wasn't great, like there was a lot of breaking up and weather wasn't good, the weather pitch weren't good, there were still some people that you could tell were ballers, you know, like, and they were them for me, the ones that I've just mentioned. But then we met characters like Lucky from Brixton that we want to get on. Very opinionated character. I like him a lot because he's opinionated. He says it how he feels it is, whether you agree with him or not. A lot of people don't want him to maybe be on camera that much because they don't agree with what he's saying. But this is what it's about. It's about the conversation, and a lot of people have got opinions behind closed doors or on a tweet, you know what I'm saying? And that's, again, I'm not saying everyone has to get on camera, but I respect those that are happy to say it with their chest and say how they feel with the chest when the camera's out. Yeah, and it's not an offensive thing, it's not offending anyone. Big up everyone doing their thing. Keep doing it, you know? And everything I'm saying is catalogued, so you know, if you like this football thing, just subscribe to the channel. The whole history that we've been through this year is there, and in fact, I'm gonna give you like the top highlights. Like, I'll give you some goals first. Then I'm gonna give you some, you know, highlights of the players that I'm talking about. But I'm gonna do my 1 to 11. Everyone's had their say. I don't really care if they rate my team or not, bro. This is my team, so it's been amazing. But yeah, make sure you tune in to our lives in the future. It's gonna be announced on our Twitter and our Instagram the exact days, but it's definitely gonna be on Fridays and Sundays. Yeah. So peace.